to Sunday.
The main event.
Starting at the Original Oak on Otley Road about 4:30.
Yeah, come down and see us. We've got a few people linked in to come and see us. A few people who would want to see us have had to duck out. So, yeah, we'll be around. You all know what we look like by now, so come and find us.
We'll be the handsome gentleman at the bar. Yes, so North Queensland versus Leeds. Now, Leeds' performance and subsequent injuries have made this a really easy pick for me, to be perfectly honest with you. If North Queensland, and admittedly I haven't seen their squad, but if North Queensland put out anything like the team that played the grand final and perform anything like that team, it's heartbreaking, because I would have liked Leeds to be able to field a full strength side and to be on a roll, and for these two giants to collide.
Yeah.
It just looks like these two teams are probably coming at things from the opposite direction. And I can't see a way, with the way things are in the halves for Leeds, and with the injuries they've sustained, with people like Briscoe going out, and people like and Ablett as well. And look, we give Ablett a bit of shit, but he's a big player for them in a game like this.
He's a big occasion man, definitely, without a shadow. Yeah,
I worry for Leeds in this. I think they've got a great front row in terms of the talent that they've got on display, but North Queensland have got a hell of a pack.
Complete side as well. I mean,
and we've not even said Thurston yet, so
I can't wait to see him play.
I'm really excited about
close
this.
and personal in the flesh.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I have probably the World Cup final. Last time we saw him.
Yeah.
It's going to be not the occasion we hoped for. I'm
hoping that Headingley's a sellout and there's a roar from the south.
Oh, it's definitely a sellout.
No, I'm saying I'm hoping that, considering Headingley's a sellout, there's a roar from the south stand, and it puts that kind of that undefinable spirit into Leeds, and it lifts them, and we get a game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've just not seen enough out of Sutcliffe this season to suggest that he's ready to hit the heights he was starting to reach last year before he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Lilly, I'm like him, but this is a game that's possibly too big for him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The outside backs, the back five, are probably just edging the opposition.
If it's a full strength back.
But Briscoe's probably not playing.
Yeah.
Watkins is still outstanding. He'll have Ash Hanley outside of him. They did okay together last year.
Yeah.
Moon and Hall, you've got no concerns there, and Hardacre needs to find a performance that he's not found so far yet this season. It really does link a lot on him, on Cuthbertson, and on, I'd say, Delaney as a leader in that side. But
there's so much that needs to go right for Leeds, because if you just look down the entire spine of that North Queensland guy, you're looking at guys like Scott, like Thurston, like even Lachlan Coote had a good season at full back. Yeah, not Tuimavavi. Tamalolo's a fantastic runner of the ball. There's some real talent there. Antonio Winterstein's a good player. There's just
what's his name? The hooker. Is he? I'm not sure if he was injured though.
That's Jason.
But no.
Can't remember the other one. What's he called?
Doesn't matter, does it? Sagina will tell us, and we'll look like pricks. Begins with a G.
Sagina, fact check, please.
I can't remember his name, but anyway, they've got quality.
Yeah. So no, I'm going for. Look, if they turn up North Queensland by 20.
I've written down that myself, North Queensland by 20. So there we go.
If we fuck up this week, at least we've both fucked up.
We ran a poll about the World Club Series. Wanted to know how many World Club Series games you guys out there will think the Super League sides will win next weekend. Couple of mad bastards out there said 3, because 2% 2% thought all 3 games will be won by the home side. 6% thought we'd pick up 2 for Super League. 39%, which I was part of, I'm guessing you were as well from your predictions, think that we'll win one of the games, and 53%, so an overall majority, think that we will pick up none of the games.
Okay.
We had a couple of comments back on this. Wally Frogmore said, I would have said 1 in Saints could beat the Chucks until I saw the Salford game. I'm still solid on that, by the way. Colin Render said, I'd say out of the 3, Wigan are most likely to get the win. The Saints are least likely unless Roby is fit again.
See, salty is definitely a word. I wondered if it was predictive text getting angry wrong, because I might find if you sweep it sometimes.
No, salty is
being salty is like an
yeah, because like it's.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. It's just,
I've heard it more.
I find it very easy to shoehorn that into innuendo, to be perfectly honest.
See, I've heard it in America. They use it more as like a sort of feisty, but in a more fun sort of way.
Like salty, like a salty cedar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, fair play. It's a good turn of phrase. I like it. I just haven't heard it before.
We've got a couple of round 11 Super League games to chat through as well, Tom.
Yeah, Jesus.
The big winners from
Salford take on winners. How do you pick a fucking winner in this one?
I'm going to go
home.
I'm going to go with the home side. I'm going to go 28 points to 20 in favour of the Salford Red Devils.
Yeah, I think there might be slightly more points in that. I'm going 36 points to 24 in favour of the Salford Red Devils. And then, how do you pick a winner in this one? Again, I'm just going on advantage. Hull KR take on Wakefield. Both teams woeful. Wakefield more so. Hull KR by 18. Let's go 24 points to 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hull KR 30 points to 10. I think it's about time that a couple of the more attacking threats did something, and the weak pack isn't going to be a massive disadvantage for them here because they're playing against a similarly poor performing forward line. Wakefield might target this as a game they can pick up, with Hull KR being sort of one of the other favourites to finish low down, but I'm going to go with 30 points to 10 in favour of Hull KR. Okay. Follow those games with our friends at SL Clubs and find out what's going on whilst you're travelling over to Leeds, like we will be doing.
Exactly. Okay, Championship game of the week this week was a relatively easy one. Lee take on London over at the Lee Sports Village.
Yeah, the only team to beat them last year was the regular season was the London Broncos. London will need to start the game better than they've been starting the games in the last two, but I think they'll be more switched on and focused playing against a top calibre side rather than a newly promoted side. Lee, on the other hand, have got the home advantage, have seemed to got something back together. Maybe they'll have a settled side. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Brierley because we think he might be getting lined up for a transfer to maybe Huddersfield, maybe Leeds. We don't know, but Huddersfield have been putting the bids in.
Yes.
We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to go. I think Lee at home will take this one. Maybe not by tons of points, but by at least two clear scores.
I fancy Lee by slightly more. I'm going Lee by 18.
Okay.
iPro Sport Cup game of the round.
This was a fairly obvious one as well, really. So that competition kicks off with the League One sides and a couple of community sides getting involved in that, of course, as well, which is good to see. North Wales won the tournament last year. Doncaster are the team that went down from the Championship, so we'll get the views of our Doncaster friend.
John, our friend from Doncaster.
David Brown.
Yeah, David. That's what I said. Look, it was a safe bet.
So we're going to get those...
That's it now, we fucking pissed that one off, haven't we?
Nah, he got in touch quite a bit last year as well, so he's sweet.
He's alright like us.
We've got... So, yeah, I think North Wales are a cup side, aren't they? They won the Shield that they had for the League One a few years ago, and then they won the thing. So I'm going to go with them to upset the apple cart away from home. I'm going to go with a 4-point win for North Wales.
I'm going to go with the home team. I just think Doncaster should be, having come down a division, too strong for them. Also, it's quite nice to have the opportunity to be contrary to you as well. 18-point win for Doncaster.
Fair enough. Hopefully North Wales will find a new backer, because obviously they're looking for a backer to push them forward rather than the current people wanting to jump ship completely. It looks like there's a whole... Basically, the table's open for any sort of offer anyone wants to make to invest in that club. So get in touch with them, check out the website.
There you go.
For details.
You've got a few quid to spend. Now's your opportunity to buy a rugby league club.
Okay,
so that is Super League Pod for the week. All that remains for us to do is wrap up the show and award Tweet of the Week. So, episode 88 of Super League Pod in the bag, and we've got Tweet of the Week this week, Mark.
And we enjoyed it.
Nearly got taken off him.
Yeah.
Nearly, just because
Because it's Mrs. Mate chirped in with too sarky a comment.
Exactly. But there can be only one tweet of the week. In a week where Kyle Amor used the word attitudinally in the correct context whilst on television, having recently completed a game of Rugby League, there can be only one tweet of the week, and that was Owen Hughes, OH_base, who got in touch. He said that Salford were attitudinally excellent whilst Saints were attitudinally poor, and that he was attitudinally chuffed. Great work, mate, and a well-deserved tweet of the week. So, Super League Pod recommends, Mark. Have you got anything to recommend for us this week?
I have, yeah. I'll talk a little bit about Gareth Hock's autobiography in a second.
Okay.
But,
did you not recommend that last week?
I spoke about it last week. I've read it now.
On the way home, did you read that?
It was about 3 hour and a bit sit-ins, I'd say.
Fair enough.
If not less. But the recommendation I'm going to make is a documentary called Man on Wire, which is from 2008, but there was a film last year called The Walk, which was a Hollywoodization of the story. But basically it's about the French bloke who walked between the Twin Towers. We watched a documentary on Saturday night about the Twin Towers when they fell down, and then the very next night we decided to watch this, and it was a really entertaining watch, very enjoyable. That the French guy was so French, and you could just see that the Americans were in real life completely baffled by the whole idea of this Frenchman just coming and doing it for the fuck of it, which is basically what he did. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Check it out. In terms of Gareth Hock's autobiography, my recommendation would be to not buy it. Not because I have anything against Gareth Hock. I was a big supporter of Gareth Hock at Wigan and a big fan of the good stuff he can do in the world of rugby league. The reason why I've got a little bit of a reservation about telling you to go out and buy it there is it felt like it's called The Real Me, but you don't really get to the meat of the stories, and I don't blame Hock for that. I blame the ghostwriter, but it feels very on the surface. It's very disjointed, and you don't. Rugby league autobiographies aren't often the most in-depth and educational reads, but there's some that certainly give you a feeling of being in the story,
knowing the person,
knowing a lot more about what's going on. You know, I'm thinking of Coming Clean by Tony Newton. I'm thinking of One in a Million with Steve and Lindsay Prescott. You know, in particular, and the Gareth Hock one with his life, with his stuff that's gone on before rugby, during his rugby career. There's so much that could have been made that one of those books. Yeah. And I just hope he has another crack at it after his career's finished. Because I really want to read the story properly, and I felt like I didn't. That's why I would recommend people spending the money on it.
It might make it easier to be more open once his career's finished, would you say, rather than him still be involved with the sport?
I hope so.
Yeah, okay.
I hope so.
Fantastic.
What about yourself?
I have an SLP recommends. Now, you and I were talking before that I've invested in Sky Sports so I can watch a bit more Super League this year rather than just the Aussie stuff. My first night watching Sky Sports 2 was to watch the Salford St Helens game, and after it my interest was piqued because there was pro kabaddi from India being shown on television. I had no fucking clue what this was. Isn't it
one of those,
but
it's like bowls a bit, or like...
It's nothing like bowls.
But you throw shit at sticks, don't you?
No,
Am I thinking of the wrong game?
Please allow me to continue because this is fucking amazing. I tuned in for some pro kabaddi.
Oh, is it martial art?
No, no. It's so much more. It's a team contact. The best way I can describe kabaddi, and it's done very professionally in India. It's done like Super League was at the start of Super League, yeah? It's basically a contact version of Team TIG. So I haven't still fully got my head around it, but it's fascinating to watch. And there's awesome team names like the Pune Pirates and people like that who I was watching. But basically what I can gather is that there are two teams of, it's either 8 or 6, and you take it in turns to go on raids into each other's territory. Now it's the job of the defending of the team that's being raided to cleanly catch hold of this one individual raider, and what you get is like 8 guys all holding hands in twos trying to guard a certain part of the court, and you see them sort of umbrellaing around this guy. Meanwhile, your man is kind of like trying to sneakily touch them to get extra points or get his feet in certain parts of the court, and if he can't do that but gets away cleanly, i.e. he's not tackled by all these geezers, then he gets a certain amount of points. I'm still getting my head around it, but it was fucking thought, and because it was this mysterious thing from the Orient and I've never seen it before, it really captivated me.
I thought it was like people throwing sticks at each other.
No, that's an incredibly closed-minded attitude to have. It's have you seen something similar to that?
No, I don't know why, but that's what I always thought kabaddi was. I thought it was people throwing things at sticks.
Right?
or something to do with that. And
There's
like
no-
that was your territory, was by your sticks, and you had to throw stuff into those areas, and people could block it and stuff. I don't know where this has come from,
Right.
but that was my imagination. I have to check this out.
There's no sticks, no balls. It's the national sport of Bangladesh. You may be interested to know, and it's an all-encompassing term for. There's loads of different regional variations of kabaddi, but the one I was watching was Indian professional kabaddi. But yeah, give it a look because it was fascinating. It was